Okay, now let's talk about comparing the files. Now the first command we will use, which is the compare commands. So remember when we have the test.txt file here, you can see that we have it here. Okay, so just let's copy this file to make a copy from it using the cp command. So let's name this test file, the source is test, and the destination, it will be test_cp. Okay, now let's using vim editor test_cp, and let's delete the last two lines. Control, and how to do such a thing, press dd to remove a line, again d, as you can see here we have d here, d to remove the files, and then shift colon or the colon here, wq. Okay, now let's clear the screen. Now we want to compare the files between test.txt and test_cp.txt. You will notice that it has all of the following, but the difference is that we have hi again here and hi there, and we don't have them there. All right, cool. Now let's use another command called diff. Okay, diff, or the difference. Now diff, again the same file and the second file like this, and you will notice that on the left file, which is this one, as you can see on the left, we have hi there, hi again, or hi there. Okay, but here we don't have them. All right, now there is another command called vimdiff. Okay, so vimdiff, use the first line, the first file I mean, and the second file, and you will notice actually this is a visual, and it is better than the previous. So here you can see that the hi again and hi there are here but are not there. All right, now shift colon q like this and quit again from the other one, because we opened two files, and here we can see the difference. By the way, vimdiff, compare, diff, it has a lot of features. Just open the manual and look for them. Like you can see that a lot of options and features. Okay, for now I just give you a quick introduction about them, high level. When times come, we can use more feature for them. For now, keep that on your mind. Okay, now it's time to talk about managing processes. So we have the background processes and we have the foreground processes. So we have the bg command and the fg. Okay, so the bg to put the current command on the background, and the fg to put the current process on the foreground. Okay, so background, which means it is running behind the scenes. Foreground, we are seeing what it is. So Bing, google.com, this is a foreground. Okay, so Control C to quit from it, so to interrupt, to send a interrupt signal. Control Z to suspend the processes, and we have Control D to quit from it, but sometimes Control D doesn't work. Okay, so as you can see, Control D doesn't work. Control C. Okay, now if I type the jobs command, you can see that we have one job that is suspended because of the Control Z. Now to continue it, we can put the or use the fg with percentage, shift 5 and 1, which is the ID of the job. Press enter, you can see that it will start continue it. Control C, jobs again, you can see there are nothing here. Now if I type Bing google.com and put the ampersand, here, or shift 7, this is to run the command in the background. Okay, so here as you can see, the command is being in the background because the output of the command will keep showing to the terminal, so that's why we are still showing it. How to do such a thing? So as you can see, Control C doesn't work, Control Z doesn't work. So how to do such a thing? We will open a new terminal like this, as you can see, and press the bsox command, and here to show everything, as you can see, all of the processes that are running for which user, as you can see. By the way, man bs, here it will show you every details about it. Okay, so we are using bsox then pipelining, then grep the ping command. Okay, like this. And here is our command. Here you can see the user is Kali. Yes, and this is the PID for it. So we will use another command called kill-9, the number of the ID or PID. -9 means send as a kill signal. Okay, so forcefully kill it. Now kill it, press aux again. You can see that it is not here anymore. By the way, this is for the BSOX grep thing. Okay, that's why it is showing. So we have learned a lot. Actually, BS, we have -E, which means to print everything. As you can see, print everything. By the way, BS command here is a very huge topic. You can see it has a very huge options, flags, and a lot of customizable things. So for now, we learned the most important thing, which is the BSOX, and using the pipelining with using grep and ping or whatever text you want. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, now it's time to talk about file and command monitoring. We already saw the tail command, okay, and we used the -5 option to show, because by default it will show the last 10 lines. Now -5, it will show the last 5 lines. Now using -F option, this will open the file and will keep monitoring it. Okay, so for example, if you want to check for access logs, so var log Apache 2 and access. By the way, I don't have Apache here or running for now. Let's open it, no problem. So systemctl status Apache 2. You can see it is running. So now let's ping the local IP like this. Or actually, let's use the curl command, whatever, follow me for now. HTTP and put this one, as you can see. You can see that, here it is. Now, if I check again the var log, you can see that we should have access here. .log. You can see that here it is, okay? Now, press enter, press enter. Now, let's, from here, right-click, split terminal vertically, okay? Now, here on the second one, let's use, again, the curl command, okay? So, curl actually is just like using the browser. It will, as you can see here, if I man curl or curl to transfer a URL, so to transfer data using a specific protocol, or to access a specific and check a specific connection to the website. So curl HTTP 127.0.0.1, which is the local host. Press enter. You can see that we have another access. So this is while using the -F options, using the tail, as you can see. Okay, now we have another command called watch. Okay, and this watch to see the number of files. So you can see that if, for example, if I run this tail but without using the -F option like this, I want to keep running it to check if there is a problem or not. You can see, or if there any access or suspicious access. Now, instead of doing that over and over, we can put before it the watch -n and put 1 and press enter. This will keep updated the 1-n, which means the number, okay, number of seconds. This will keep updating this command every 1 second. So instead of typing it over and over, just watch -n. The number of seconds is 1, and keep it as is. It will keep open. Okay. Now in our case for the tail, actually tail is better because tail is real time after all. But the watch, this is used with another scenarios. For example, you are writing to a file, you are doing some stuff, whatever. Okay. Well, it depends on you what you prefer. Use it as you want. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about downloading the files. The first command, which is wget. Okay, so man wget. Here, as you can see, non-interactive network downloader. So wget google.com, for example, you can see that it will save the content file. as index.html. So if I press ls, you can see that index.html is here. I can change this by typing -o capital and name it web.html. ls, you can see that web.html is here. The same thing if I want to download a PDF file or .debian package or whatever. Okay, we have another command called curl. We already saw it, how to do it. So http google.com, as you can see, and you can man wget and man curl to read more information about it. I just provide you the basics. Okay, now it's time to customize the bash environment. Now, as we learned previously, that ls can do the listing file. So if I type ll, actually ll is not a command. It is alias from the ls. And how did I know that? By using the alias command. So alias like this and press ll or type the command. You will notice that ll equal ls minus l. Okay, so that's why ll show us the same result as ls-l. Now, why is this used? Because sometimes you wrote a long command and you don't need to write it over again and over again. So you want to have, for example, ls-la, and it will show us something like that. Then we can use the alias command and put the s command equal, put single quotation, I mean the command inside a single quotation, and it will be like this. So if I type s now, it will show us ls-l, as you can see. But you can see that if I quit from the terminal and I open it again, let's increase the font size. If I type s this time, you can see it will start showing us command not found. We need to write the alias again. Now, how to solve such a thing? Now, we already saw that, if you remembered from the lecture, when we put the environment variable, remember the var1, because var1 is not here anymore. So, how to make things permanently available? By using and modifying the .bashrc file. So, actually, we have the Kali Linux user. Inside it, we have the .bashrc. If I scroll up, as you can see, .bashrc. This is the for the non-lognable or the interactive terminals. So .bashrc, and here we can put whatever values we want. We learned about the alias, right? So if I type s, it will show us something like that. Now, if I want to unalias it, so I will use an alias command. Okay, so the same alias, but an alias like this. But I need to remove the s equal, so an alias s. So s now is not found, okay? Command not found.